Welcome back, everyone. So today we're going to talk about 7 fragrances that have somewhat of a unique scent profile. Now, some of these fragrances are known and others aren't really well known at all. Point is, these ones have unique scent profiles. So if you still want to smell high quality, we're not compromising quality here, but you want to smell different, then tune in. Got some good ones for you guys. Per usual, if you like saving money, check out the links down below in the description. Fragrance Buy / Fragflex for heavily discounted fragrances. Joma Shop for heavily discounted fragrances and other accessories like sunglasses, clothing, watches, whatever it may be, and Perfume Online for discounted fragrances and a $5 off coupon code. Everything's down below. Go take a look, explore, save your money. Kicking it off, we have B683 by Marc-Antoine Barrois. Now, this fragrance right here, believe it or not, was the predecessor to Ganymede. A lot of you guys know Ganymede. Ganymede, that kind of earthly, vibrant, spicy, energizing enigma of a fragrance, was supposed to be a flanker, and it is a flanker of this fragrance. Part of the briefing, and Quentin Bish talked about this, the perfumer, is he needed to make a fragrance that acted as a flanker to B683. And this is just so beautiful. So if you like the Ganymede scent profile, but maybe you just don't get with that kind of grainy earth clay-like vibe, then consider B683. This is so good. Projection is very strong and the lasting power is enormous. Okay, moving on, we have another interesting, energizing fragrance. This is more mass appealing, but it's still a little weird. It's Via Volta by DS and Durga. So we got this one right here. So this one, interesting fragrance. You're going to get rhubarb accords mixed with spicy, energizing peppers and florals. And the way the rhubarb comes across here, when you know you're looking for it, you can smell it, but it's very spicy. It's very strong. It's very in your face. This fragrance, Via Volta, and it's finished, by the way, with like a strong layer of patchouli at the base, like right at the bottom. This fragrance, Via Volta, is weird. It's another weird one, but it always smells good in the air as long as you're wearing it appropriately. Maybe a little dressed up in the evening, maybe a little colder weather. I don't think it's blind buy worthy, but if you did blind buy it, you would still get compliments wearing that one. Next up, this one is common. This is extremely common in my opinion. Even if you don't know about perfumes, this is fairly common. But I have to give it props for being very unique. I mean, I've tried a lot of fragrances, even inspired by expressions of this one. I've tried other fragrances along the same vein of being smoky and fire-like, but this is still my favorite. It's by Maison Margiela and it's Replica by the Fireplace. And I still think this is my favorite smoky fire fragrance. You want to smell like roasted chestnuts. You want to smell like real smoke, and it's finished off with kind of a sexy musk, almost animalic, with a lot of vanilla at the base. So it's finished off in a nice mass appealing, playful way, which gives it its sexy mass appeal, its sensual aspect. But the fragrance as a whole, super weird. It is a weird fragrance. On paper, you didn't think this would work, 10 years or so, or whenever this came out. You didn't think it would work having a smoky, burnt campfire fragrance. But it ended up being one of the best, and a lot of other fragrances came along trying to smell like this. And this is still the best in my opinion, and I do love wearing it because this is still a fragrance that's almost always going to get you a compliment. As long as you're not blasting 10 sprays in the summer, you're going to get compliments with that one. Okay, a really good grapefruit fragrance. It's grapefruit first with a lot of nice musks and fresh accords kind of following it. It's very realistic, and it's from one of my favorite independent perfumery houses, Joram Studios. Pony Boy is a fresh burst of grapefruit, but it actually smells realistic. It's not like, Bulgari Tiger, how it has grapefruit, but it's really just a synthetic citrus that's in your face. It's nothing like that. Pony Boy is, I have something on my hand. Let me do this one. Pony Boy is a, like a grapefruit peel, like the bitter, juicy grapefruit peel with really nice, smooth greenery and florals behind it. I don't think it's feminine, but I also don't think it's masculine. It's totally unisex, very strong, and it just puts a smile on your face. It has a green aspect. There might actually be fig in this fragrance. Smelling it, I haven't looked at the notes in a while. There might be fig. I'd actually be surprised if there wasn't fig now. But if there isn't, if you guys kind of fact check me, then there's just something that comes across fresh and green. Super good fragrance, like 9 out of 10 scent profile. This is so good. Again, it's not hyper masculine, right? So this isn't a good comparison. If you guys like those masculine grapefruit shower gel fragrances, we're not talking about that. But if you want a raw, realistic grapefruit, might be my favorite right now. I did want to throw in YSLY myself, L'Absolu. So I always talk about this fragrance on this channel. The reason is I am very floored and shocked that Yves Saint Laurent and their designer lineup, but mind you, they're pricing this much higher than a designer, but I'm still pleasantly surprised, or shocked you can say, that they made a patchouli dominant fragrance at this quality. This is a niche level quality patchouli dominant fragrance with kind of creamy florals, masculine florals. It's clean in the opening because it has that myself eau de parfum vibe of those kind of clean, creamy, masculine florals, but behind it, this dirty patchouli, which is not for everyone, is really impressive. That's what really gets me excited about this fragrance. I love what they did with this patchouli accord. Super cool fragrance, it really is. Next, we have Mandorlo di Sicilia. This is part of the Blue Mediterraneo lineup, and Acqua di Parma. This is cool and this is unique because this smells like a root beer float. It smells like if you took your favorite root beer soda, you poured it in a cup, added a scoop of vanilla ice cream to it. This is almost like a summer gourmand fragrance. It does a very good job. It's a very good job because there's something heavy in the vanilla sweetness in this fragrance. A lot of vanilla sweetness, but it also has this effervescent vibe, almost like they added heliotrope. If you guys are familiar with that accord, almost like they added heliotrope to this. And altogether, it's a very high quality, niche smelling fragrance. It doesn't smell like a fun Bath and Body Works treat or a cheap designer trick. Like this smells like Acqua di Parma doing something intentional. And I really like this one. It's super cool, super fun. I do find myself wearing this in the hotter weather because there's something refreshing about, this Coca-Cola root beer fizzy vibe. And it's super cool, very weird, very refreshing in the summer, but it can also smell very comforting in the winter, kind of reminding you of maybe summer vacations somewhere. This is a super cool one that utilizes energizing green notes. So you'll have like dew notes. You'll have a basil accord too. So it's kind of like green and fresh in the opening, but then as it dries down, it doesn't get sweet or heavy or thick or vanilla-like, but it gets creamy with sandalwood and tobacco accord. It's kind of more like a white tobacco. It's Cosimo by Laboratorio Olfattivo. I remember getting into or going in a niche fragrance store, trying out a whole bunch of fragrances there, and this fragrance, I bought it. I paid for this fragrance full price, which is something I don't do. But this one's really cool because it is just pure, fresh green notes, basil, dewdrops, that type of vibe with a punch of tobacco. It's not too realistic, but there's that spicy white tobacco there. And then on your skin, creamy sandalwood. It's so strong for a green dominant fragrance. That's what I appreciate about this one. And I also appreciate the journey, let's say the scent journey with it, right? So how the opening, the mid, and the base are all so different and very unique. This is a fragrance I wouldn't really recommend layering, right? Just let the scent journey, let that breathe, let what the perfumer did cook and come to work. You know, it has to open up this way, and then it has to dry down this way, and it has to develop this way. Let the perfumer do what he did, experience it how it's supposed to be experienced. Sometimes when you layer other fragrances on top of complex scent profiles that were built to tell a story, you kind of just change the whole nature of the fragrance either way. So check this one out. This is super cool, super weird, super unique, but I've always loved this one. It's Cosimo Laboratorio Olfattivo, and that's going to do it, guys. So we got 7 fragrances, a little unique here. A lot of them I'm sure you've heard of. Some you haven't. Go check them out. You might be able to find some of these on the low as well. Per usual, it's linked down below. FragranceBuy/FragFlex, Joma Shop, and Perfume Online. Always appreciate the support, and I'll see you in the next video.